Hey everybody, I'm so glad to join you in this first video. We're going to be covering the five-finger pattern. And the five-finger pattern is the first and most basic pattern on the piano, and it'll be the key to many other patterns that I teach you later on. So make certain that you get this, and thank you for joining me. So the five-finger pattern, before we get into it, the first thing we need to do is to cover what the notes are themselves. The white notes have names, and the black notes have to get their names from the white notes. The white notes are named from A to G in a repeat, so it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. All right? If you know where A is, you can find where all of the other white notes are. And the first thing that we need to do to find our A is, you see your group of 2 black notes and your group of 3 black notes. If you look at your group of 3 black notes, in between your second and third black note, that's going to be A. Okay? Same thing right here. Here's another A. That's the most important note for you to remember, that that's A. Okay? And if I want to find where D is, I would go A, B, C, D. Now once I get to D, I can see that it's in between these 2 black notes. Okay? So that would be another D. This will be another D. These black notes are wonderful place markers for the notes that you're going to be playing. Okay, same thing if I want to find F. If I want to find F, just count from A. A, B, C, D, E, F. And you see your F is to the left of these 3 black notes. Here's another F, there's another F, etc. So now that we know that, now the next thing is the basic distance. We're going to cover basic distances. The first basic distance is a half step. A half step means the very next note, whether that's a black note or a white note. It doesn't matter the color. The very next note. So if I were to start here on C, and by the way, this is middle C because it's the C that's in the middle of the piano, if you can tell. Okay? So if I start here on middle C and I want to go up a half step, I would go to the very next note up. Up another half step would take me here. Up another half step would take me here, etc. Because it doesn't matter the color. It just means the very next note. Same thing going downwards. By the way, up is to the right on the piano because the notes get higher to the right, and down is to the left on the piano because the notes get lower to the left. So the next basic distance is a whole step. Whole step means skip 1 note. So if I were to start here on C and I wanted to go a whole step up, I would skip this note and go here. Another whole step up, I'd skip this note and go here. Another whole step up, I'd skip this note and go here. Because again, it doesn't matter what the color is. Whole step means just skip 1 note, whether that be black or white. Okay? Another whole step up, I'd skip this note and go here, etc. If I were to start here on D and I wanted to go a whole step down, be right here. Another whole step down would take me here. Another whole step down would take me here. Okay? So now we covered half steps and whole step. Remember, half step is the very next note, and whole step is skip 1 note. Now we're going to cover basic direction on the piano. Sharp, which looks like a tic-tac-toe sign slanting upwards, by the way. That's the symbol for it. Sharp means up, and up is to the right on the piano. And flat, just like a flat tire brings the whole car down, flat means down, and down is to the left on the piano. So if I were to start here on C and I wanted to go a half step sharp, I go to the very next note up. Another half step sharp would take me here. Another half step sharp would take me here. Now I'm going to go a whole step sharp, and here's a whole step, which is skip 1 note, and sharp is still to the right. Another whole step up. Good. Now I'm going to change direction. I'm going to go a half step flat. Half step is the very next note. Flat means down. So half step flat, another half step flat, another half step flat. Now I'm going to go a whole step flat, skipping this note, going down. Another whole step flat, another whole step flat, half step sharp, whole step sharp, half step flat, whole step flat, half step flat, whole step flat. Okay? So I trust that we have that. Now that we have that, now we can cover the names of the black notes. Like I said, the white notes have names, and the black notes have to get their names from the white notes. So the black notes can have more than 1 name. Okay? This is A, and this is B, like we covered before. So this black note can be A sharp or B flat. This is C and D, so this black note can be C sharp or D flat. This is D and E, so D sharp or E flat, F sharp or G flat, G sharp, and A flat, because it goes A to G and it repeats. Okay, so now that we have that, now we're ready to cover the 5-finger pattern, and here is the most important pattern for you probably for the next 6 months or so. 5-finger pattern is start, whole step, half step, whole step. Start because you got to start somewhere. 2 whole steps, a half step to break it up, and then a whole step. Start, whole, half, whole. So, and when you play the 5-finger pattern, you always play it with your thumb and your 4 fingers. That's why they call it the 5-finger pattern. So, if we were to start here on C, by the way, the 5-finger pattern always goes upwards. Start, whole step, skip a note, another whole step, skip a note, half step the very next note, and whole step, skip a note. So start, whole, half, whole. And if you're a singer, you know that that's do, re, mi, fa, sol, or the first 5 notes of the major scale. And that we'll explain what that is in a later video, but for right now, just know that you're going to get that same sound no matter where you start. Okay? If we were to start here on D, we'd start, go a whole step up, another whole step up, half step, and a whole step. Start, whole, half, whole, and we get the same do, re, mi, fa, sol sound. Same thing here on E. Start, whole step, half step, whole step. And the pattern is the same whether you're starting on white notes or black notes. That's one of the beautiful things about patterns, is that they don't matter. It doesn't matter what note you're starting on. Here is C sharp or D flat, but we're going to call it C sharp right now. C sharp, if you were to start here, start, whole step, skip a note, another whole step, skip a note, half step the very next note, whole step, skip a note, start, whole, half, whole. We get that same sound. Same thing if you start here or here. Doesn't matter where you start, you get that same sound. So what I want you to do is to make certain to play your 5-finger pattern. We're going to play it upwards, and we're going to play it downwards, but when we go downwards, don't say the pattern. Don't even think about the pattern. Just leave your fingers in place and retrace your fingers. So start, whole, half, whole, and when you come down, leave those fingers in place. Go backwards. So here's up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do that 20 times every single day from C to B. So that means 5-finger pattern here 20 times, 5-finger pattern here 20 times, 5-finger pattern here 20 times, etc. till you get to B, and you can stop. Okay? Now we'll cover the basic how you're supposed to hold yourself as you sit at the piano. You want to make certain that your feet are flat on the floor. You want to make certain that your back is straight. You want to make certain that your chin is up, your eyes are forward. You want to make certain that your wrist is straight. That's your straight wrist, nice and level. You might even want to put a book on top of it to make certain, as a reference point to line it up. Okay, and we want to make certain that our fingers, we play on our fingertips, especially for the white notes. Now, when we're playing the black notes, we can kind of slant them at a diagonal a little bit, even up to a 45-degree angle, but for the most part, play as much as possible on your fingertips and kind of have your hands nice and relaxed and curved, kind of like if you're throwing a baseball or a softball. That's what we're looking for. So make certain to practice, remember, 20 times every day, the 5-finger pattern up and down. And I can't wait to see you for the next video.